Welcome to Just Asia, AHRC TV's weekly human rights program. These are the headlines. Measures to end poverty needed to end child labor in Pakistan. Indian police torture student on mistaken identity. Nepal's Chief Justice exposes partisan politics in judiciary. No improvement in human rights in Papua. Free speech under assault in Bangladesh. 2 urgent appeals from Sri Lanka. Welcome to AHRC TV's Just Asia. I'm Annie Lin. This week, Just Asia begins with Pakistan, which observed World Day Against Child Labour on June 12. With such official fanfare and praise, one would think child labour has been eradicated in the country. In fact, child labour continues to increase, and child rights groups have criticised the government for not criminalizing it. Civil society is urging the government of Pakistan to formulate policies and laws to eliminate child labour and take cohesive and concrete steps to ending poverty. Child labour and poverty are linked, and if children continue to be used as a treatment for the social disease of poverty, neither poverty nor child labour will end. According to a 2015-16 report published by the Ministry of Education, some 44% of children between the ages of 5 and 16 are still out of school. Out of these, some 15 million children were alarmingly economically active. Meanwhile, SPARC's annual report on the state of Pakistan's children 2015 states that some 264,000 underage domestic workers experience cruel and unsafe working environments. They are often left to the mercy of their employers, who routinely subject them to physical and psychological abuse, exploitation, and violence. In India, a 26-year-old law student was tortured by police in Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh. Stalin was picked up by the police on suspicion of being part of a red sandal smuggling network on June 4th and detained for 18 hours. Stalin pleaded with the officers to check up on his identity and to inquire with the college authorities. He said that he was on his way to drop his family members at the bus stand and that he was an innocent law student. During his 18-hour detention at the Tirupati East police station, Stalin was reportedly beaten with canes and boots, his mobile phone confiscated, and he was thrown into jail with other accused persons. His phone was returned to him around 10 p.m. the next day, through which he made a call to his friends. The police subsequently realized their mistake and were ready to pay for the injuries caused. Stalin refused the money, however, saying that they should have cross-checked my claims. Instead, they ignored everything I said and did not even give me a chance to speak. With injuries on his head, hip, and hand, Stalin has approached the Tamil Nadu government and the National Human Rights Commission with complaints of his ordeal, demanding action against the 3 constables who tortured him. Nepal's Chief Justice Sushila Karki retired on June 7 due to her age. Before leaving her office, the first woman Chief Justice revealed how Nepal's judiciary, especially the Supreme Court, has long been bogged down in partisan politics and factionalism. She also exposed how judges often compromise their impartiality by seeking post-retirement appointments. Justice Karki said she was unable to implement relevant judiciary reforms due to political intervention. Her endeavors to cleanse the Supreme Court failed largely because of political interference and non-cooperation from different stakeholders. She spoke of many obstacles along the way. While Nepal's constitution of 2015 mandates an independent judiciary, Justice Karki underlined how political directions are constantly given to the judiciary and courts are crowded with political appointees. Moving to Papua, Indonesia, the past 1 year has seen no improvement in the province's human rights situation, particularly regarding freedom of expression and opinion. Most recently, members of the National Committee for West Papua, KNPB, and the Local People Assembly, PRD, were arbitrarily arrested and detained for organizing a peaceful assembly and prayer gathering in Wamena and Merauke on May 30-31. Moreover, despite the government announcing freedom of press in Papua, foreign journalists still face difficulties in obtaining permits to visit Papua. The government has also failed to address allegations of gross violations of human rights in Panyai, particularly in the case of 5 students being killed and 17 others getting injured in Panyai Regency, Papua Province. up until now, no progress has been made in prosecuting the perpetrators who committed the crime. To learn more about the Papuan situation, Just Asia speaks to Mr. Theo Hezegem, human rights defender from Ramina, Papua.
Ini kalau polisi saya, jaminan keamanan dari polisi itu sekarang saya lihat polisi sebagai penegak HAM, penegak demokrasi atau penegak hukum itu saya lihat kayak macam tidak ada. Jadi semacam polisi kayak macam masyarakat tidak percaya polisi. Terus kalau polisi atau tentara pegang senjata itu masyarakat pada takut. Kita sebenarnya mengharapkan polisi itu penegak hukum, tapi kadang-kadang mereka juga yang jadi pelat. Ini tanggal ada beberapa tempat ini polisi juga melakukan penggeledahan bulan kemarin itu tanggal 31 atau 30 itu polisi di sini untuk di Jaya itu melakukan penggeledahan di kantor DAP. Nah, kalau sudah ada melakukan penggeledahan begitu tuh berarti kita tidak bisa mengatakan bahwa situasi umum di Papua itu aman. Nah, itu yang saya sampaikan begini, Chris. Laporan yang disampaikan oleh Menteri Luar Negeri ke UPR di PBB itu kan kasus pelanggaran HAM berat itu kan masuk kasus Padiai, kasus Wamena, dan kasus Wasio. Terus yang 9 kasus yang lain itu nanti diselesaikan oleh masuk kasus kriminal dan nanti itu akan diselesaikan oleh Polda Papua. Tapi pertanyaan seluruh korban itu apakah kalau 9 kasus itu diselesaikan oleh Polda, pelaku-pelaku itu secara jujur akan diberikan hukuman atau tidak, terus rakyat.
Free speech is under assault in Bangladesh. Student activist China Padwari was arrested on June 2nd and is still in jail for making comments on her Facebook page, allegedly hurting religious sentiment. The Bangladeshi government is using Section 57 of the Information and Communication Technology Act to harass anyone raising their voice against government policies and actions online. Such persons are allegedly causing the deterioration of law and order, prejudicing the image of the state, or hurting religious beliefs, all of which are non-bailable offences. The police have been given immense power to go and arrest such individuals. As a result, many people have been put in jail for their Facebook comments. Most recently, senior journalist and BRAC University teacher Afsan Chowdhury has come under fire for his post under Chief Justice. Ironically, the government did not take any action against the Hevasat leader issuing death threats to Sultana Kamal, a rights activist, for her comments on a TV talk show. The government's selective use of Section 57 is troubling and gives rise to impunity for intolerance and hate speech. Civil society members and various professionals staged a protest last week, calling for the cancellation of Section 57 on the grounds of safeguarding freedom of speech for all members of the society. Finally, the Urgent Appeals Weekly features 4 cases from Sri Lanka and Indonesia. In Sri Lanka, a former police officer was involved in the destruction of property. Despite complaints to the Kandy Police Headquarters and the Human Rights Commission, no proper investigation has taken place. Also in Sri Lanka, Mr. Nishan was illegally arrested on June 6th. Since then, his family has not been able to meet him and fears he is being tortured. In Indonesia, military officers shot at people protesting against the burning of Bibles by army personnel in Jayapura, Papua. Meanwhile, the Jakarta police illegally arrested, detained and tortured 3 persons to force them to confess to stealing a motorbike. That is all for this episode of Just Asia. For more on these and other issues, please visit www.humanrights.asia or www.alrc.asia/justasia. Thank you for watching and see you next week.